Microsoft Azure controls a massive and rapidly expanding share of the global cloud infrastructure market. Because of that sustained growth, targeting an Azure certification is a highly rational bet for any IT professional looking to secure their next career move. But there is a point of friction. The market is completely saturated with ways to learn this material. Your options range from Microsoft's own free documentation to specialized IT training institutes situated in major tech hubs like Pune. This abundance of choice causes paralysis. If you're looking at the certification list, it's hard to know exactly where to begin, and it's even harder to know if paying out of pocket for an online class is a strict necessity or a waste of money. Today, we are going to solve two specific dilemmas. First, we will determine your correct starting line, specifically between the AZ-900 and the AZ-104 exams. Second, we will calculate exactly when you should rely on free self-study and when you should spend money on formal instruction. Treat certifications as the keys to an interview rather than a job guarantee. In this market, the true currency is functional, hands-on lab competence. Evaluating a training program isn't a simple yes or no to spending money. It is an active calculation where you weigh your current technical baseline against your career urgency. This minimalist decision tree shows the foundation of cloud upskilling. Every learner eventually splits down one of two distinct paths: self-directed learning or structured institute training. The reality of the self-directed branch is that it costs zero financial capital. However, it requires an immense investment of your time. This path relies entirely on your own internal discipline, with absolutely no external accountability to keep you moving forward. The Structured Institute branch, like taking Azure classes through a provider such as Evision Technoserve, flips that equation. You are trading financial capital to gain a curated environment, forced accountability, and immediate resolution when you hit a technical roadblock. Paying an institute secures professional curation and the technical guardrails required to navigate the massive sea of public information. Let's apply this calculation to the entry-level certification, the AZ-900, also known as Azure Fundamentals. This comparison matrix breaks down the AZ-900. Built for beginners, its technical depth is shallow, focusing on high-level concepts and vocabulary. Passing grants basic cloud literacy, proving you know the terms, but holds zero standalone weight for hands-on engineering roles. This brings us to the training trade-off. Many students pay a premium for structured, instructor-led classes specifically for the AZ-900, expecting it to be a massive career accelerator. But the exact same material is highly accessible, well-documented, and designed by Microsoft to be easily self-taught through their free online learning portals. Paying for AZ-900 training is a misallocation of your capital. Passing the fundamentals exam is a test of your personal discipline, not a test of technical depth requiring a paid guide to navigate. The AZ-104 Azure Administrator certification, however, represents a massive and unforgiving leap in technical complexity for any learner. Returning to the comparison matrix, the AZ-104 presents a stark contrast. It demands high, hands-on technical depth and a steep baseline of IT knowledge. You must prove deep competence in managing identities, provisioning storage infrastructures, and configuring intricate virtual networks. This is exactly where the self-directed route often fails. Beginners hit a wall of deep frustration caused by the steep learning curve and a lack of access to safe sandbox testing environments. This is the specific intervention point where localized or online institute programs prove their value. Booking an Azure Administrator course in Pune through a provider like Evision changes the mechanics of your prep. This route demands heavy inputs. You have to commit to fixed scheduled classes and make a significant financial investment. But those inputs yield high-value outputs. You gain access to curated lab environments, live troubleshooting with expert instructors, and a forced pacing structure that prevents you from burning out. For the AZ-104, the technical complexity is so high that buying a curated environment is a mathematical advantage. You are effectively paying to buy down your risk of failing the exam. Now, let's pivot the perspective away from individual career growth and look at this from the viewpoint of a corporate decision-maker. This quadrant chart plots cost against accountability. At the extreme top right, maximum cost meets maximum accountability through corporate training. The inputs are severe: high fees, and pulling engineers off active duty, but enterprise outputs justify it by establishing standardized skills and customized curriculums. Corporate training focuses on achieving immediate deployment readiness. It serves as a necessary insurance policy against the massive operational risks of a botched enterprise-level cloud migration. To finalize your investment decision, you have to look at the data and honestly identify which of 3 profiles you currently match. Here is your action plan, starting with the beginner entering the IT industry. The career pivot. Self-study the AZ900. Do not pay for a premium class. Use Microsoft's free resources to validate your interest before spending money. The second persona is the IT upscaler, aiming for serious, hands-on administrator roles. Invest in a structured AZ104 Institute program. The capital you spend here secures the complex, guided light environments that are strictly necessary to pass. Your ideal path is dictated entirely by identifying your primary bottleneck. If you lack basic motivation, start with the free 900. If you are blocked by heavy technical complexity, pay for the 104. Finally, we have the third persona, the corporate decision maker looking to scale internal cloud operations. We recommend bespoke corporate batches. Synchronized, localized training ensures your engineers aren't just learning independently, but are being built into a unified operational force. The core thesis is this: when you pay a training institute, you are trading your capital for time, strict accountability, and practical lab experience. Institutes like Evision in Pune offer a highly regional advantage here, combining rigorous, hands-on technical training with the localized market networking needed to actually land the interview. Stop hoarding free resources if time is your enemy. Match your financial investment to the difficulty of the certification and execute.